Hi there, I'm Dr. Maya Kapoor, and if you're over 60 and feeling like your spark has faded, I want you to know you are not alone. Many men think it's just age, that energy and intimacy are supposed to fade. But what if that's not true? What if the real reason is something simple, like poor blood flow, and the answer isn't in a pill, but in the produce aisle? Research shows certain fruits can help restore circulation and sensation, especially in the areas that matter most. No gimmicks, just natural, powerful nourishment your body still responds to when you give it the chance. And today, I'll walk you through exactly how to do that. So stay with me, because this isn't about chasing youth. It's about reclaiming connection, energy, and joy in ways that are still very much possible. You haven't missed your chance. You're just getting started. Nature's secret weapons, the first two fruits. Let's start where all good things begin, with the basics. Two fruits you probably already know, maybe even love, but likely never realized could be so powerful for your health as you age: pomegranate and watermelon. These aren't just sweet treats for summer picnics. They are, quite literally, nature's little blue pills, working quietly behind the scenes to restore blood flow, awaken sensitivity, and bring warmth back to parts of your body that might have felt cold or unresponsive for far too long. Take pomegranate, for instance. This ancient fruit, once revered in myths as a symbol of fertility and vitality, is now supported by modern science. Researchers at the University of California, San Francisco, discovered that drinking pomegranate juice daily can boost nitric oxide production in your body by up to 30%. That's a big deal. Because nitric oxide is what tells your blood vessels to open up, to relax, to allow fresh, oxygen-rich blood to flow freely, not just to your brain and heart, but to the places that define your intimacy and confidence. And there's more. Pomegranates are packed with antioxidants called polyphenols, tiny warriors that fight inflammation and help keep your blood vessels youthful and flexible. That means more sensation, stronger responses, and a feeling of being in your body again, rather than distant from it. Now, let's talk about watermelon. Yes, that juicy red fruit you might associate with childhood summers has a hidden power most people never talk about. Inside watermelon is an amino acid called L-citrulline. When you eat it, your body turns it into L-arginine, another compound that boosts nitric oxide, just like pomegranate. Together, they create a synergy, a 1-2 punch that doesn't just increase blood flow, but sustains it gently, naturally, without the crash or side effects of medication. Some of my patients, like Franklin, a retired teacher in his late 60s, started drinking a simple smoothie made with pomegranate and watermelon each morning. Within a few weeks, he told me, "Dr. Kapoor, I don't know if it's in my head or my body, but something woke up. I feel like myself again." And that's the beauty of it. You're not forcing your body to perform. You're inviting it to remember how it felt to wake up with energy, to look at your partner and feel desire instead of distance, to move through the day with a quiet, steady confidence. That's what these fruits are offering. A way back, a natural, nurturing path toward restoring something deeply personal and deeply possible. So the next time you walk by the fruit aisle, don't just grab what's familiar. Reach for what could change your life. Are you ready to keep going? There are more fruits and more stories that could bring you closer to the version of yourself you've been missing. Berry powerful, blueberries and strawberries. Now that you've met our first two allies, let me introduce you to the next pair of quiet champions: blueberries and strawberries. These are the fruits many of us grew up enjoying without ever realizing how profoundly they could serve us later in life. These little gems don't just taste good, they are healing foods. And for men over 60, they offer something deeply valuable: the ability to restore the health and flexibility of your blood vessels, especially where it matters most. Blueberries, in particular, are extraordinary. Researchers at the University of Maine found that regular intake of wild blueberries significantly improves something called endothelial function. The endothelium is the delicate inner lining of your blood vessels. Think of it as the skin your blood touches. When this lining is healthy, blood flows freely and evenly. But when it's stiff or inflamed, circulation becomes sluggish and inconsistent. That's when fatigue creeps in. That's when you start feeling cold in your hands and feet. That's when your intimacy suffers, often in silence. The key compound responsible for blueberries' magic is called anthocyanins. It gives them their rich blue color. But these pigments also calm inflammation, reduce damage inside your arteries, and help your blood vessels remain soft, open, and responsive. And when that happens, you don't just feel better, you function better. Strawberries, on the other hand, bring a different kind of strength to the table. These heart-shaped fruits are rich in ellagic acid, another compound that boosts nitric oxide. They're also loaded with vitamin C, which your body uses to build collagen, the protein that keeps your blood vessels elastic and strong. I had a patient named Lionel, 72 years old, who came to me feeling dull, physically, mentally, even emotionally. He'd all but given up on the idea of closeness. I encouraged him to begin a small routine: blueberries with his morning oatmeal, strawberries as his afternoon snack. Within a month, he came back to my office, smiling like a man who had just rediscovered something sacred. "I didn't expect fruit to make a difference," he told me, "but something inside me feels alive again." And that's what I want for you. Not just better circulation, although that's certainly part of it. I want you to feel more warmth in your hands and in your heart. I want you to experience intimacy not as an echo of the past, but as a living, breathing part of your present. When you combine blueberries and strawberries, whether fresh or frozen, you're building your own team of circulatory superheroes. Blend them into a smoothie, toss them into a salad, or just eat them by the handful. This isn't about following a strict regimen. It's about reconnecting with what your body has quietly been asking for. Your story isn't over, and neither is your ability to love, to feel, and to thrive. Shall we keep going? Because the next pair of fruits might surprise you even more. Small but mighty, kiwi and red grapes. Let's now turn to two fruits that may not get the spotlight often, but in my years as a physician, I've seen them quietly transform lives: kiwi and red grapes. They may be small, even humble on the outside, but inside, they hold a kind of wisdom your aging body can truly respond to, especially if you've been dealing with stiff joints, low energy in the mornings, or a kind of emotional fog that you can't quite explain. Let's begin with kiwi. This fuzzy little green fruit is often overlooked, but it's one of the most effective natural tools I've seen for lowering blood pressure in older adults. And that matters more than you might think. When your blood pressure is high, it's as if your arteries are under constant tension, like a rubber band stretched too tight. That tension reduces your ability to feel, to respond, to move with ease. Kiwi relaxes those vessels. It lowers that tension. And it does so gently, without synthetic drugs, without harsh side effects. On top of that, kiwi is rich in vitamin C, even more so than oranges. And vitamin C isn't just for your immune system. It's the raw material your body uses to make collagen, the protein that keeps your blood vessels supple and your circulation flowing freely. When George, a 71-year-old patient of mine, started adding kiwi to his morning yogurt, it wasn't long before he noticed something simple yet powerful. He could get out of bed without bracing himself. "I didn't even need to touch the nightstand," he told me, his eyes lit up with disbelief. Now, red grapes. These little gems are more than just a snack. They're packed with something called resveratrol, a plant compound that protects your blood vessels from inflammation and oxidative damage. Think of resveratrol as a kind of bodyguard for your circulation. It shields your vessels from harm, and, even more remarkable, it helps repair them. Research from the University of South Florida shows that resveratrol can activate stem cells in your arteries, encouraging healing from the inside out. And what that means for you is resilience, recovery, and yes, renewed responsiveness, even in the most intimate parts of your life. Ernest, one of my most joyful patients, told me that after 2 weeks of snacking on red grapes in the afternoon, just a handful each day, he felt something shift. "It's like there's more life in my body," he said, not just in the bedroom, but in the way he walked, the way he laughed, the way he felt grounded in his own skin. That's not coincidence. That's what happens when you give your body the tools it's been missing. And that's what I hope you're beginning to see. This isn't about chasing youth. It's about reclaiming vitality. These fruits, these daily choices, are acts of care, acts of belief in your own ability to thrive again. You're not asking your body to do something unnatural. You're reminding it that it can. And we're not done yet. The next pair of fruits, they're unexpected, creamy, and rich with healing potential. Let's keep going, shall we? Endothelial health heroes, apples and avocados. Now, let's talk about 2 everyday foods that quietly support something vital: the lining of your blood vessels, your endothelium. When this inner lining is strong, blood flows easily, your energy stays steady, and your body feels more responsive, especially in intimate moments. And 2 of the best foods to protect it? Apples and avocados. Apples may seem ordinary, but they're packed with a powerful compound called quercetin, a natural antioxidant that helps reduce inflammation and improve blood vessel flexibility. When blood vessels are stiff or irritated, circulation slows. But when they're open and elastic, everything from your heart to your pelvic region benefits. One of my patients, Martin, 74, started eating an apple every morning. A few weeks later, he came back with a quiet smile and said, "I don't know what's changed, but I feel lighter, more awake." That's what better blood flow can do. Now add avocado to the mix, and you've got a powerful duo. Avocados are full of healthy fats, the kind your heart and hormones love. They also help lower oxidized LDL cholesterol, the type that damages your arteries. Think of avocado as a soft shield, calming the wear and tear inside your vessels. And with their high potassium content, avocados help relax vessel walls, allowing blood to move more freely. That means more warmth, more sensation, and more ease throughout your day. When you bring apples and avocados together, whether in a salad, on toast, or as part of a nourishing snack, you're not just eating for nutrition. You're eating for connection, for strength, for the kind of energy that doesn't fade by mid-afternoon. These aren't trendy health foods. They're simple, familiar, and deeply healing, especially for men who want to feel good again, not just in body, but in spirit. You don't need to change everything. Just add a few things that truly support you. Your blood vessels and your confidence will thank you. Ask ChatGPT. Tropical boosters, mangoes, and oranges. Let's take a little detour to the tropics, where two bright, juicy fruits offer something more than just sweetness. Mangoes and oranges aren't just refreshing. They're powerful allies in the fight against something that quietly affects many men over 60, oxidative stress. That's the silent damage happening inside your blood vessels, the kind that slowly weakens circulation, lowers energy, and dulls intimacy over time. But the good news? These fruits help repair it, gently, naturally, and deliciously. Mangoes are rich in antioxidants like beta-carotene and vitamins A and C, which help reduce inflammation in your arteries. Think of it as giving your circulatory system a reset, helping your blood vessels stay open, flexible, and responsive. I remember Eugene, a 68-year-old retired mechanic, who started adding mango chunks to his breakfast. Within weeks, he told me he felt more clear-headed, more energized, and surprisingly more connected to his body. "It's like something softened," he said, and he didn't mean just physically. Oranges, on the other hand, are famous for their vitamin C, but their real magic comes from a compound called hesperidin. It's found in the pulp and peel and has been shown to strengthen blood vessel walls and improve nitric oxide, the very molecule that helps increase blood flow. That means more warmth in your hands and feet, and yes, more responsiveness in moments of closeness. Just one orange a day can support the very systems that keep your body feeling alive and engaged. Together, mangoes and oranges don't just improve your circulation, they support your confidence, your mood, and your ability to feel pleasure. Blend them into a smoothie, enjoy them as a snack, or add them to your salad. However you enjoy them, remember, this isn't about indulgence. It's about giving your body the tools it still knows how to use, so you can keep showing up with strength, presence, and heart. Your daily game plan, turning fruit into fuel for intimacy. Now that you've met these powerful fruits, let's talk about how to actually use them. Because let's be honest, knowing what helps isn't the same as making it part of your life. And at this stage, you don't want another strict plan or list of rules. You want something simple, gentle, something that fits into your rhythm and helps you feel more like you again. What I've found, time and time again, is that the first hour of your morning is gold. That's when your blood vessels are most open, your muscles are hungry for fuel, and your nervous system is ready for balance. So why not feed it with something that supports intimacy, energy, and circulation? You might start with a smoothie, a little pomegranate juice, a handful of berries, half a kiwi, and a spoonful of Greek yogurt. Or maybe you prefer something warm, oats topped with sliced apple, strawberries, and walnuts. It doesn't have to be complicated, just consistent. Mid-morning, try an orange or a few red grapes. At lunch, toss some avocado or mango into a salad. These aren't superfoods, they're real food. But when used with intention, they help you feel lighter, clearer, warmer, more present. One of my patients, Franklin, once told me, "It's not that I felt young again, I just felt awake." And that's the gift of this habit, not to turn back time, but to bring you back to yourself. Because your best days aren't behind you. They're ahead of you, waiting for you to show up, nourished and ready. And the journey starts with what you put on your plate. The Bedroom Boost Smoothie, a simple ritual for circulation and confidence. By now, you've seen how powerful these fruits can be. But let me show you how to bring them together into one simple daily ritual, something my patients affectionately call the Bedroom Boost Smoothie. It's not magic, it's not medicine, it's nourishment. And for many men, it's been the quiet shift that reignited confidence, warmth, and connection in ways they didn't think were possible anymore. The recipe is easy. 1 cup of pomegranate juice, 1 cup of diced watermelon, half a cup of mixed berries, blueberries and strawberries, half an avocado, and a small squeeze of orange juice. Blend it all together until smooth. That's it. You're not just drinking fruit, you're fueling nitric oxide, improving blood flow, calming inflammation, and supporting the very vessels that keep your body responsive. One of my longtime patients, Eugene, 69, started making this smoothie each morning. Within weeks, he noticed something different. "Dr. Kapoor," he said, "I don't know if it's the ingredients or the fact that I'm finally doing something for myself, but I feel more present, more alive." And that's what I want you to remember. This isn't about perfection or performance. It's about presence, about giving your body the signal that it still matters, that you still matter. Whether it's this smoothie or a few slices of fruit at breakfast, the goal is to build momentum, not with pressure, but with care. Start small, stay consistent, and let this quiet daily act be your way of saying, "I'm not done yet," because the truth is, you're not. There's more waiting for you. Let's talk next about how to keep going without overdoing it. How much is too much? Keeping it simple and sustainable. Now, before you go stocking your fridge with every fruit we've mentioned, I want to offer a gentle reminder. Even the best things in life need balance. You don't need to eat 6 different fruits a day or drink smoothies by the gallon to see results. In fact, trying to do too much too fast is one of the main reasons healthy habits fade. The goal here isn't overload, it's consistency. Most men I work with do best sticking to just 2 to 3 servings of fruit a day. That might mean a smoothie in the morning, some grapes or berries as a snack, or a few slices of mango or apple after lunch. That's plenty. Your body isn't asking for perfection, it's asking for rhythm. Small, steady signals that say, "I care, I'm paying attention." And remember, these fruits do contain natural sugars and calories, so portion matters. But the real key isn't what you eat once in a while, it's what you do most of the time. If you're consistent, if you treat this like a quiet act of self-respect, the results will come. Circulation improves, sensation returns, energy rises, often in ways you don't expect. One patient, Raymond, once said to me, "I didn't realize how much better I could feel just by starting my day differently." That's the power of habit, not force, but flow. So if you're tempted to do it all at once, pause, pick one fruit to begin, add it to your morning. Let that one step create momentum. And from there, let your body and your confidence catch up. You're not behind, you're just beginning. The real secret, small steps, big results. By now, you might be wondering, can something this simple really make a difference? And I want to tell you, from years of working with men just like you, it absolutely can. Not because fruit is a miracle cure, but because what you're really doing is shifting the way you care for your body. You're choosing nourishment over neglect, intention over autopilot, and that choice, even in small doses, has ripple effects that reach far beyond your plate. The truth is, when you begin fueling your circulation and hormones with the right tools, fruits, movement, hydration, rest, everything changes. I've seen men sleep better, think clearer, walk taller, and yes, reconnect with their partners in ways they thought were gone forever. It doesn't happen overnight, but it happens. And it starts not with willpower, but with a willingness to begin. George, a 73-year-old former pilot, once told me, "I kept waiting for the right time to take better care of myself, but the moment I just started, everything got easier." That's what I want you to hear today. You don't need to wait for a sign. This is it. You don't need to do it perfectly. Just begin. Maybe it's taking a 15-minute walk after breakfast. Maybe it's adding kiwi to your yogurt or watermelon to your lunch plate. Maybe it's drinking more water, breathing a little deeper, or remembering to laugh with someone you love. These are not small things. They are the building blocks of vitality, of strength, of connection. So let me ask you gently, what's one thing you can do tomorrow morning to care for your body? Not to fix it, but to honor it. You might be surprised how far that one step can take you. It's not too late. Reclaim your spark. So here we are, my friend, at the end of this journey, or rather, the beginning of a new one. You've learned how something as simple as a piece of fruit can nourish more than your body. It can stir your spirit. It can remind your blood to move, your heart to feel, and your confidence to rise again. And if you take nothing else from today, please let it be this. It is not too late. Not too late to feel warmth in your chest. Not too late to wake up with energy. Not too late to laugh in the kitchen with your partner, to walk with ease, to touch someone you love, or even just to touch your own life again with reverence. You've spent years giving to others. Now it's time to give something back to yourself. You don't need a perfect plan. You just need the belief that change is still possible. That's where it all starts. A handful of grapes, a few strawberries in your cereal, a walk after lunch, a smile at your reflection. These moments matter. They add up. I've seen men in their 60s, 70s, even 80s say, "I thought this part of my life was over." And then they changed how they ate, how they moved, how they treated their body, and their life began to open again. Doors they thought had closed, they were never locked, just waiting for a new kind of key. So let me ask you gently, what part of yourself are you ready to bring back to life? Because you deserve to feel good again. You deserve to feel love. And the best part? That journey doesn't start with a prescription. It starts with a pomegranate and a choice. And I'll be right here, cheering you on, always. If something in this video spoke to you, even just a little, I'd love to hear from you. Leave a comment and share what's on your heart. I read every word. If you'd like more honest, gentle support like this, feel free to subscribe. And if you know someone who might need this quiet reminder, go ahead and pass it along.